Michael Judge was a Franciscan friar and chaplain for the New York City Fire Department. He was among the first official victims of 9/11. He heard the first tower collapse over the radio while on his way to the scene, and he turned back, wanting to help anyone who might have survived the initial collapse. Instead, he ended up trapped under a pile of debris and never made it out alive. Salty and Roselle were guide dogs who were working with their owners on 9/11. When the building began to shake, both dogs knew something was wrong. They began to bark and pull their owners toward the exits. Salty led his owner, a retired firefighter, down 78 flights of stairs. They made it all the way to the lobby before the building collapsed. Roselle, a black lab, guided her owner, a woman who was completely blind, down 62 flights of stairs. She refused to stop even when the stairwell filled with smoke. Roselle survived and later became known as the bravest dog in the world. These are just two of hundreds of stories collected by the 9/11 Memorial Museum. Their collection, called In Their Own Words, gathers oral histories from survivors, first responders, and family members of victims. Some tell stories of people trapped on the stairs or in their offices, desperately trying to get out. Others describe the chaos of people helping others evacuate, rushing to get as many people out as possible. Some come from people who lost loved ones on 9/11, sharing stories of their loved ones and their grief. It's hard to listen to these stories without feeling overwhelmed. So many lives were cut short, so many families torn apart, so much potential unrealized. But these stories also show incredible bravery, kindness, and love. One story that has stuck with me is from a man whose wife was pregnant and due to give birth any day. She was working in the South Tower and didn't make it out. He talks about how he'll never know the story that could have been, the life that was taken too soon. But he also shares that because of his wife, he has two beautiful daughters, a part of her legacy that lives on. On this day, we remember all the stories, the good and the bad, the lives lost and the lives that continue on. We remember the victims, the heroes and the survivors of 9/11. In the United States, the anniversary of 9/11 is observed as Patriot Day. Flags are flown at half-staff, and moments of silence are held to mark the time of the first plane strike. At 8:46 a.m. on 9/11/2001, a series of coordinated terrorist attacks began when the terrorist group Al-Qaeda hijacked a Boeing 767 and crashed it into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. Almost 3,000 people were killed in the attacks. Since then, the National September 11th Memorial Museum has held an annual ceremony at their museum in New York City. On this day, they read the names of everyone who was killed in the attacks. They hold moments of silence at the times the attacks occurred. And they invite people to share their stories. Anyone can attend these ceremonies, either in person or virtually. This year's ceremony will be held on Sunday, September 10th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you would like to attend virtually, you can visit the 9/11 Memorial's website or their social media pages. The 9/11 Memorial Museum is also encouraging people to use this day as an opportunity to reflect on the events of 9/11 and consider how we can honor the victims by making the world a better place. In the weeks following 9/11, people across the country came together to support one another. They volunteered, donated blood, helped strangers. This year, the museum is encouraging people to perform random acts of kindness, volunteer in their communities, or donate to those in need. No matter how you choose to spend this day, take some time to remember the victims, the heroes, and the survivors of 9/11. Let us know what you're doing to honor their memory. If you haven't already done so, let us have 1 minute of silence, giving that time to remember the lost lives.